The Lord has a message for his people that may feel disconnected during this season. So, as a pastor, I used to would say, God is not mad at you; He just misses you. And so, one reason why we will disconnect from God is because we don't feel worthy. And so, but that thought process stems from a misconception of what it means to be in right standing with God. Man's doctrine will have us to believe that we have to perform for God to love us and to respect us. And this isn't to excuse living right, because be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. But this is to say that God still loves us despite how we feel about ourselves. In terms of feeling disconnected, we have to understand that God doesn't look at us on a vertical scale. He looks at us on a horizontal scale. It's an even playing field. No one is better than anyone else. So the distinction is that whether or not you accept this love of God that I'm referring to, that's it. That's the criteria. Accept God's love. God didn't call you because of your intellect. God didn't call you because of your abilities. God called you because of your heart. So check out this message, because I go through the scriptures. Faith cometh by hearing by the word. So this message I shared a few months back, and let these scriptures and the understanding empower you to get back connected.
Romans 3, and Romans 3 and verse 20, it says, for no one can ever be made right with God by doing what the law commands. The law simply shows us how simple we are. The law is only reminding you of sin once you're saved. Don't allow that to consume your consciousness. Think on God's grace. Allow that to consume your consciousness. If you constantly thinking, hey, I gotta do this, why people, hey, I'm gonna come to church when I get myself right. You constantly thinking about getting yourself right. That's not how that works. Think on God's grace. I'm gonna move forward, and I'm gonna try my best, and God is gonna take care of the rest. Think like that. So even if I'm not right, God is faithful and just to cleanse me of all unrighteousness. This is what Romans 3 and 20. And again, I said, listen to the preacher. Go back and listen to this message. When Pastor Ray up here ministering, I'm writing everything down. Because when the attack comes, I need to be equipped. So if you ain't write it down, you need to go back and listen to the message. Because this is not what we're accustomed to understanding. The world don't teach us that the law don't get us right with where we're trying to go. Romans 3 and 23, same chapter. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. It's all right, everybody not sinning. So that ain't the criteria. But what are you saying, God? Verse 28. For we hold that a man is justified and made upright by faith, independent of and distinctly apart from good deeds, works of the law. The observance of the law has nothing to do with justification. So it ain't your good works. It ain't no when you get right, you going to commit to your calling. Evangelist, media ministry, administrative. It ain't no when you get right. Because your good deeds, your works of the law, how good you can do this, that's not the criteria. It's your faith. That's the beauty of it. That's why I say receive God's grace and mercy. You got to accept it. Somebody said that earlier, accept. You got to accept that. So it's not a question of, is God going to do it? Will you accept his love? This is who God is. The world don't teach us this. The world teaches us, you work real hard, fight your way to the top, shake them haters off, you will be successful. So when we come to the kingdom, we come with that same mentality a lot of times. Again, Romans 3 and 28. We hold that a man is justified and made upright by faith, independent of and distinctly apart from good deeds. It's making a distinction. In other words, how hard you grind ain't got nothing to do with God's purpose and his blessings for your life. Yeah, faith without works is dead. Your works still need to stem from faith.
Amen.
Not how hard, not your willpower.